Alaska on Discovery Princess!
Hi, I'm Kristen. Join me and my family on our Alaska adventure as we brave the pouring rain to see totems and this terrifying waterfall in Ketchikan. Learn all about sled dog racing from the first female Iditarod winner herself in Juneau, and get to play with real sled dogs on an epic shore excursion to the Yukon from Skagway. Plus, I'll show you around this gorgeous ship that became our home for a week. Let's board the Discovery Princess. After giving our luggage to a friendly porter and thinking we could walk right into the terminal, we were directed to this giant line. But then we realized these guests all still had their luggage. Luckily, we asked a very knowledgeable staff member and were directed to the front and into the terminal. Turns out the never-ending line led to the luggage check-in with Princess. Maybe there aren't enough porters at the terminal, I don't know, but we avoided the line.
Thank you. Yay, we're getting on the ship. Yay, we're fishing on the ship. We're going to Alaska on the Discovery Princess. Let's go. Oh, visit. Oh, okay. Thank you.
We got an elevator to ourselves. When does
With
that
the
happen
window.
on Embarkation Day? And
With
the
the-
panoramic elevator too. Oh,
Yay,
there we go.
Here we are.
Let's go to the buffet.
Yummy. Ariel's first meal of the cruise. What are you having? My first meal of the cruise, of course, a big assortment of a little of everything. Yeah, I got some pasta, some chicken, some mashed potatoes, piece of fish. Of course, I always like to get seafood the first day. Some chicken nuggets and some fruit. This is not the Windjammer. This is the, what do they call this? The World Marketplace, I think. This is the World Marketplace. I can't believe how easily we got a seat. We really did beat the crowd. I've never seen the Lido deck this empty on Embarkation Day. Ariel is celebrating. What is that? What is this, Mom? Ooh, yummy. We're on cruise mode now.
The staff in the terminal handed out these papers, which I really appreciate about Princess, that they give you all the options for lunch and tell you where to find important places on Embarkation Day.
There's no line. Thank you. Well, good. First ice cream of the cruise. Essential embarkation day checked off. All right, time to find the kids club. We found Camp Discovery finally. So this is the kids club on Princess Cruises. This is the lodge for kids 8 to 12. And this is my third cruise on this ship, and I have such a hard time finding this kids club. It is so tucked away, and I'm used to having kids areas being at the front of the ship, kind of like on deck 12 or 14. These are all the way at the back. They're above the buffet, but you can't get from the buffet to the kids club in an elevator. So it's kind of weird. I can't remember how we got here easily before the last two cruises, but we'll have to figure that out. But once again, third cruise, we have been walking around probably for 30 minutes trying to find this place. So that's the only complaint about the kids club on the Discovery Princess. We're hanging out in the Piazza. We found an empty chair and we're waiting for our rooms to be ready. So that's the only thing about getting on the ship early. I think we got on at about 10:45. We have to wait till about 1 for our rooms to be ready. We're ready to get in our room and relax and have a little bit of quiet. We're going to C534, so it's on the Carib deck, deck 10. That's 520. So our rooms are ready. We are excited. So we've been walking all over the ship trying to get everything done. We stopped at the spa and made, 600.
Oh, big opens. Only 2 beds.
We will have the couch bed. Wait a minute. There's no couch.
Where do I sleep?
Oh.
Oh, yes!
Up here.
Yes!
It's the bunk bed.
Yes!
I got a little bit nervous for a minute. This is category B.
You can have 2 of them.
And yeah, so we have 2.
You can have 4 people.
We have the queen that's split into twins, and then we have a bed that comes, 2 beds actually that come down from the ceiling. And then our beautiful balcony, which right now is looking at the Holland America Westerdam, I think it was. But we are on the port side, so deck 10, the Carib deck.
Oh,
And
wait, what is this? Me?
yeah,
There's like a bunch of sheets under it.
that's just where they store them.
But
So
how do we store our suitcases?
we can put them in the closet. So that's what's really nice about this huge closet that's
Oh, yeah,
separate
we
from the
had
sleeping
this
area.
one before, except it was the opposite way. Like this was over
Right.
there.
So you can stack your suitcases
I can hide.
in the closet.
Wait, Mama. It's just.
They do give us bath products. So we have soap. Nope.
Perfect hiding spot.
Okay, so we've got
Is
a
my
little bit
bedtime
of
still
storage
8?
here. No, we can go a little bit later.
Yay,
This
because
is
it's a cruise, and we're gonna do our dessert party.
yeah. And some storage.
If the people put those bowls down, I will love that. I get 2 beds.
It's only 1:54. We got all of our bags, so it really was a good idea to let the porter take our luggage instead of waiting in the line and don't know what was going on there, but we lucked out. So we have all of our bags and we're good to go, and it's even before 2 o'clock. It is the afternoon of our first day, so we came up to the pool deck. Ariel's eating her second cone. We're just having a quiet moment here in some of these nice comfy chairs that face the outside of the ship. We flew from Phoenix this morning to Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. I know that's a big cruise for people to fly in on the same day, but it worked out. However, we were really exhausted because we had been up since 3. We took a lift from the airport to the cruise terminal, which worked out really well. We got to the cruise terminal really quickly, whereas last year we did take the Seattle shuttle and it took a lot longer to get here because they only leave on the hour. However, you do have to walk quite a distance to get to the rideshare area. So if you have someone with mobility issues, like my mom has a walker and she has mobility issues, it is a long way to walk from baggage claim to the rideshare area. So just something to consider. Our Lyft driver dropped us off in a really convenient location. He did get yelled at by a lot of the people that worked at the port, saying he was going the wrong way, but it was really confusing. So we felt really bad for him because the people at the port were very rude, unfortunately. So we did give him an extra large tip for that inconvenience. So hopefully he can appreciate that. The cruise ships do have their own transfers. Princess was charging $40 per person per way, which I thought that was kind of pricey, so this worked out for us. We got into our stateroom, our luggage is here. We have early dinner at about 5 o'clock, so we're just kind of hanging out before that and enjoying the ship so far. So everything so far is going really well. We got on the ship really fast. We went to the spa, I made my hair appointment, and that's pretty much my routine of the cruise. We get on, go to the muster station, get our lunch, go to the spa, go to the kids club, and then then have some time to finally relax. So we have a couple hours before dinner where I'm going to unpack. I'm really excited to experience Alaska with the princess touches and to share it with my daughter, my 8-year-old Ariel, and my mom. We always cruise together and we have the best time. We're sailing away. We're leaving Seattle. I didn't get the ship's horn on camera, but it is the Love Boat theme, which is pretty cute. It is a beautiful day. It is now sunny. It's warm, but not too hot. There's a breeze and pretty nice sail away. These are the garlic prawns. Ariel got the chicken bites with fries from the kids menu. Tastes good?
Yeah.
This is the Alaskan pan-seared cod. Wow. Mom and I got the baked Alaska with gelato. And then look what's inside. It is chocolate mousse cake Wow. So that's the Princess Love Boat Dream. We just had dinner in the main dining room in the Juneau dining room, which was phenomenal for a first night dinner or just in general. It was amazing. We loved every course and we were really happy with the service. The first night is usually, you know, a little bit hectic for the service, but it was really good. So far so good. So this is the room with the Pullman bed or bunk bed pulled down, and it has a little ladder. Tell us about it, Ariel.
So I got this nice comfy bed with, surprisingly, a nice comfy blanket.
The other thing is we usually don't sit in the room and watch the TV a lot on a cruise, but this itinerary actually has all of these movies that are filmed in Alaska or about Alaska, and so we actually started watching one about sled dogs, and so that's pretty fun too. I like how Princess themes everything with the itinerary. All right, we're starting to get the gorgeous views. We're not to Alaska yet, but already, I mean, look at what we get to see outside of our cruise ship. It's been an amazing first day. I'm not going to do much else tonight. It has been a really long day, as Embark Day always is, but especially when you fly the same day. It's going to be an early night, but it's starting to get a little bit cold. Actually, it's a lot cold for me, coming from Phoenix, where we were in our pool yesterday. I love these views. This is why I love Alaska and why I love balcony staterooms. So looking forward to more great views as we have our sea day tomorrow and get closer to our first port of Ketchikan. Morning. It's a beautiful sea day on the way to Alaska. It is Memorial Day, so taking a minute to feel grateful and thankful for all those who served, like my grandfather, my dad, who are no longer with us. I think we're seeing the carnival spirit pass behind us. I think it is on its way back to the home port after its Alaska journey. That's just my guess, but beautiful sea day to enjoy today.
Discovery Princess is the youngest ship in Alaska for the 2025 season, and this ship is stunning. I can't get over how beautiful this Piazza is. Discovery Princess is also immaculately clean. Let's walk around some of the public areas before they get too crowded on this sea day. Relaxing in the Crown Lounge, one of my favorite venues. I just love the aesthetic of the white leather and the dark blue and the gold. So very peaceful area to just sit and listen to some relaxing jazz music. We have been up since pretty early. We gained an hour overnight, and I usually have a hard time sleeping the first night when I'm not in my own bed, so that was the same case. So I've been kind of up and awake since probably between 4 and 5. So we got up and went to the World Fresh Marketplace, the buffet for breakfast, and it looked like probably most everybody else also woke up early because it was really busy already, even though we got up there at about 7. We had a really nice breakfast. I didn't film, I forgot. The World Fresh Marketplace has a really nice breakfast spread, lots of choices, lots of fresh fruit, so it's a good option. We're just hanging out before some activities start. So let me show you my other favorite venue, Vista Lounge. I love how Princess even decorates the shops for Alaska.
Piazza, we're waiting for McKinley the Moose, one of the characters, to come, and so we can get our picture with him. So right now there's an exercise class going on. It's pretty busy down here, but we stopped again at the International Cafe because it looks so good, and I'm going to try one of these egg McMuffin style sandwiches. So Ariel got her donut. So we're just waiting for the room to be cleaned. Our cabin attendant is up there right now, so we're giving him some time and just waiting for the Moose to get here. So the Moose didn't show. I think there was an issue with the app, maybe in the time change. There were some other things that were different, like the time in the app was wrong, and so the Moose sighting or the Moose appearance was not in the Princess paper pattern. So we dropped my mom off at the Naturalist Talk in the Princess Theater, and now we are trying the hot tubs. It is pretty chilly out here, but there's some people, there's definitely some kids braving the swimming pool. So swimming pools are heated. So Ariel's gonna try the pool. We're gonna try the hot tub just because this is probably the last day when it's even gonna be an option in May in Alaska. So, you know, maybe on the Victoria Day, maybe. So we're gonna try the pools. I'll let you know how it goes. We have been in the hot tub. Now we are wrapped in towels, shivering on the pool deck and eating ice cream on our way to Alaska. Where else would you do that but on a cruise ship? So we're having a great morning. We're gonna meet up with my mom again. I'm not hungry for lunch at all yet. It's a little after 11, but we had so much at breakfast and then at the International Cafe sitting in the Piazza that I don't feel ready for lunch yet. But sea days are great. You can just do whatever you want to do, and you don't really have to follow any schedule. We're back to the buffet for lunch. I did get a little schnitzel, a little cauliflower with cheese, some fruit, and then I got the chicken and the fries for Ariel in case she didn't like the pizza. But what do you think of the pizza so far? It's the poolside pizza. She says it's good. So we're trying to eat a little bit lighter because tonight's formal night dinner. Ariel's enjoying her little project I got her. We are in the Juneau dining room again. Looks like another good menu. The ship is rocking quite a bit more than what I remember from last year before we got into the inside passage. So it's not bothering me, but people are definitely feeling the ship move for sure. And it got colder as the afternoon wore on and it was raining outside and windy, but we had a nice sea day. We watched one of the Husky movies that was on TV that I was kind of mentioning yesterday called Togo, right? It was a Disney movie called Togo about sled dogs. It's a true story. And then I got my hair done in the spa, and so that went well. And we just had a nice kind of relaxing, peaceful sea day afternoon. the coconut fruit salad.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Ariel got some little crudités with some ranch. This is the Alaska halibut.
Bumper.
This is the creme brulee.
I got the cinnamon Kristen and I got the creme brulee.
Yes, and then
The peach.
we just had a really nice formal night dinner in the Juneau dining room, one of the main dining rooms. And we are at the show now. We're waiting for the Viva la Musica production show to start. We missed most of the Champagne Waterfall because it started while we were at dinner. So we have seats right in the front for the show. And we're looking forward to seeing the Latin dancing and music of this original production show. We are expected to have rain tomorrow in our first port of Ketchikan, so we're going to see if we'll need to use the tender boats because of the wind or what's going to happen. We do have an excursion planned tomorrow in Ketchikan. It is a tour that all three of us are going on. I'm excited for our first port tomorrow, and I will see you then. Thank you for watching. Back from Ketchikan, soaked. We're not used to rain because we live in Phoenix. Good morning from Ketchikan. We are docked. I'm so excited we don't have to tender today. And we see the Carnival ship behind us. I'm going to try and see what ship that is. It is rainy. I think the high is going to be in the 40s Fahrenheit. We're waiting for our room service. Then we're going to head off the ship and meet our tour on the dock. I'm excited to see Ketchikan. I've been here in 2014 on the Disney Wonder, but not since, so looking forward to it. I love the little look of Creek Street. I think that is so cute. So let's see what Carnival ship this is. So my little one did not like anything that they brought for room service, and they didn't bring a whole lot. So I'm used to ordering room service and ordering like a Danish or croissant and then bringing like a little plate of those, but they literally brought one Danish. So so my mom and I ate the room service, but we were trying to avoid the buffet because it is packed already before 7 o'clock because we have such an early morning in port. But we went up there and got Ariel some cereal and a donut, and we got a couple more things for us. So we have to meet our tour out at 7:45 on the dock. So we're gonna eat quickly and try to get an elevator downstairs. Wish us luck. Here's my Ketchikan look. I'm gonna put on my big winter coat, try to cover up my hair with my hood to save my hair since I went to the spa yesterday and got my hair blown out. I was gonna wear this in Juneau, but since it looks like it's freezing, I'm gonna wear my warmer outfit today. Our tour ticket said to meet on the dock, but they didn't specify what part of the dock. So we had to walk all the way to that Holland America ship, which was probably about a 15-minute walk if you walked briskly. But in the pouring rain, it might as well have been an hour. Even with umbrellas, we were already soaked before the tour even started.
Our tour guide gave us the option of getting dropped back at the ship or at Creek Street to explore. So we walked through the town into the shops. There was even a store dedicated to cruise ducks. In the Alaska ports, you see a lot of these bears outside of stores, which make fun photos. It was definitely a relief to see our ship again. We were very cold by this point. I could have worn gloves on this day, but I didn't bring any for myself. We also saw a shuttle stop on the way back, which we really needed that morning, but unfortunately we didn't see the shuttle in our rush to get to the tour. Here we go, Ketchikan. We're back on the ship, finally, soaking wet. I did wear my poncho, but still, on the tour, we did get pretty soaked. It poured the whole day. There was not a moment without rain. We have been out since, about 7:30, and I don't even know what time it is now. Maybe it's like noon. We're gonna drop off all our wet stuff and then go get something to eat. Just walked from Creek Street to the ship. All right, this is my buffet lunch from the kids section. Looks like I'm carb loading after trudging through the rain, so we needed a treat meal after that. A little bit more dessert, chocolate raspberry cake, and a little taste of blueberry crumble. That was a cute tour. I didn't like that we were packed into a tiny shuttle bus though, so really every seat was taken for the most part. We were packed in there, and so there was a lot of stops and starts where everybody had to unload, and my mom was sitting right on the door, so she would have to get out to let everybody out and then be the last one to get back on the shuttle bus. So she was stuck out in the rain at all the stops. So we were the last to get on the tour. So, we had the only seats that were left, which was my daughter and I were in the back, and my mom was right on the door. So we had a really great guide, Norm, who is a local, and he is an Indigenous person. Very knowledgeable, lots of information. It poured all day. There was not a minute where it was not pouring. So right now it seems like it's drizzling. We bundled up. We still got wet. My hair survived though. Poor Ariel, her boots got soaked. She's wearing Kookaburra by Uggs boots, and immediately they got soaked through. So her socks, when we took them off, when we got back to the ship, finally we had to wring out. So I feel really terrible. I had looked for waterproof boots, and I wish I would have looked harder because the ones today, she suffered having to be in those. We did go to Rainbow Falls, which was this amazing waterfall, force of the water rushing down. We climbed up these rocks, and we were blown back by the wind, so we didn't dare take a picture. I was afraid my daughter was going to go over the edge. Our umbrellas blew backwards. We were blown back by the wind, and so I just got a video. The Discovery Princess left Ketchikan promptly at 3 p.m. I don't know why cruise ships have such a short stay in Ketchikan. Do you know the answer? Please comment if you do. I also learned on this trip that Ketchikan is an island, so we sailed back into open water when we left past this cool looking little island that has a lighthouse. One other thing I forgot to mention about the tour today in Ketchikan, because it was raining, the windows were all fogged up, so the guide did have paper towels for each seat where we could wipe off the condensation on the windows. However, as soon as you would do that, 10 seconds later, the window would be fogged up again because of everybody breathing and being so tight in there. The guide was pointing out all of these points of interest to the left and the right. I couldn't even see out the window, so I couldn't take pictures or film anything. So I would be wary of paying a lot for a tour where you will be enclosed in Ketchikan. I still enjoyed the tour, but I would have liked to have been able to see all these points of interest in the town and be able to maybe get some pictures or some video. So that's just something to keep in mind before you pay a lot for a tour in Ketchikan. We are just hanging out right now. We came to the Crown Lounge to have a quiet minute, but now it seems everybody has descended on the Crown Lounge. Each floor has their own little laundromat, which is really convenient. I love that about Princess. However, since our last cruise in September on Discovery Princess,
you now have to scan your medallion. So I assume they're charging me every time I use a washer or a dryer. So I'm gonna have to look at my onboard account, but the laundromats were very popular this afternoon. There were people actually camped out in front of the washers or dryers that they were using and were a little territorial, which was different. We failed at finding a quiet place to sit, so we're going back to our room. We do have a really nice location cabin on the Carib deck. It's about equal distance between the midship and the aft elevators. So it just makes it really convenient that we have either elevator as an option. So I think it's a very nice room. Do you like it?
Yeah.
This is the New York cheesecake. Made her own sundae. Grandma got the mango sorbet. It's okay. What are you doing, Ariel?
I'm hiding a duck.
This evening after dinner, we went to the Piazza. We sat there for a little bit and listened to the duo that was playing me live music, which was really nice. And then we went to the Crown Lounge, hoping to find some seats in a quieter venue, and there were no seats. So we just ended up coming back to the room, and it's nice because it doesn't get dark here. So I have not seen the nighttime since I've been on the ship. It is light when I go to sleep, and it's light when I wake up in the morning. So that's something about Alaska that you should consider packing a sleep mask, which I have one that's working really well that has my Bluetooth headphones. So I will link that below. Tomorrow morning is the Glacier Day. So in the morning, very early in the morning, we're at the Endicott Arm Glacier. And then in the afternoon at 12:30, we get into Juneau. Expected to rain again in Juneau. We're going to try to just explore on our own tomorrow. We don't have any tours booked. I'm hoping to eat breakfast in the main dining room. We haven't done that yet, and I really like the main dining room breakfast. So I'm planning that. But overall today, a good day in Ketchikan, even though we froze and got really waterlogged. But thank you so much for watching. I hope my vlogs are giving you some inspiration or some ideas about possibly going to Alaska, or if you're already planning a trip, just giving you some insight. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next. We had high hopes for Juneau after a somewhat rocky sea day and then downpours all day in Ketchikan. But our port day in Juneau did not go as planned. Hi, I'm Kristen, and I'm taking you along with my mom and my daughter on our Alaskan cruise on Discovery Princess. If you haven't watched the first 3 videos in my series, make sure to check them out. And why not subscribe so you don't miss any more videos in this Alaska series, because there's a lot more to unpack. Good morning from our Glacier Day on Discovery Princess. It is May 28th, and
and it is pretty cold and windy out here, but we are headed into Endicott Arm. So on this cruise, you just spend the very early morning in the glacier, and then we head to Juneau, where we're supposed to get there by 12:30. Beautiful snow-capped mountains. This reminds me of Europe. I lived in Germany for a large part of my childhood, about 6 years, because we were a military family. And so when I see these views of Alaska with these tall snow-capped mountains, it just reminds me of Germany and Switzerland and the Alps. And it makes me so nostalgic. I love these views. That's what makes Alaska so special. This is the Glacier excursion, where a separate boat drives right up to the ship and picks up guests to get closer to the glacier. I didn't do this, but I've heard it's amazing. I think it may have cost $300 to $400 per person. And with the weather on our particular cruise, I think I might have actually frozen to death had I gone. Please let me know if you did this excursion and what you thought. Pet peeve about the dining room and the buffet is they no longer have orange juice. They have replaced it with, I think it's orange guava. So it's not real orange juice, but you have to pay for fresh squeezed orange juice, and that's something that I like with my breakfast every morning, to have real orange juice. So I'm disappointed that they've taken that away. I just dropped Ariel off at the lodge, the Camp Discovery Club that's for the 8 to 12-year-olds. So she's really excited about the Alaska specific programming today. So I'm excited to see what she gets to do today. Breakfast in the main dining room in the Ketchikan was just okay. I was disappointed because I remember last cruise that was something I really looked forward to. They had a lot of combos like the blueberry pancakes that were really delicious, and today everything was a la carte. So it was okay. My pancakes were a little bit dry and pretty thin. The eggs were good. I'm not sure if we'll do that again. This is the deck on Glacier Day. The entire deck is wet and slippery. It's raining, there's a cold chill. It's probably, I'm guessing, in the 40s Fahrenheit, yet there are kids in the pool. This is the sea walk. It's about 10:20. This stateroom is on the port side, so we're in like a big blanket of fog. You can't really see clearly, but there are mountains in the background. On the starboard side, there was a lot more greenery earlier. But right now we're headed into Juneau, which we're supposed to arrive at about 12:30. And it's expected to rain. It has been raining out on the deck right now. Right now it just seems to be sprinkling, but the seas are so calm. You can tell the difference. It's like the water looks like velvet out there, which is such a difference from when you're outside the inside passage. First walk through, didn't get much. I did find the desserts though, which look very good, but it's very crowded. Obviously, we're almost to Juneau. Last year in Juneau, we went on a whale watch excursion and to Mendenhall Glacier. So this year, we decided to save money in Juneau because we had booked excursions in the other ports.
I really wanted to take the Mount Roberts Tramway up the mountain. This is my third cruise to Juneau, and I have never done this. So we walked there, and it was packed. We had limited time because I regret that I made a hair appointment at 4:30, but it was the only appointment available. So we didn't take the tram because first, I was afraid we couldn't get up the mountain and back with all those people waiting. Second, it was so foggy. I don't know if it was worth the price if we couldn't see well. So we walked down the main street in the rain into the shops. Alaska Shirt Company has every kind of souvenir you can imagine. We did find a shirt for Ariel. Buyer beware, though, the products are not actually made in Alaska. We had fun walking in the rain together and visiting this husky in one of the shops, but then the owner was trying to sell me jewelry, so it was time to get out of there. I was disappointed that buying a t-shirt was all we accomplished in Juneau. This just shows how unpredictable Alaska cruises are, which you have to accept when you cruise here. I hope there will be a next time in Juneau for us. This is the prosciutto and melon.
It's okay.
Mom got the shrimp cocktail. Ariel got her carrot sticks. This is the veal scallopine. Ooh, the plate is hot. This is the lemon meringue cheesecake. And
Just like yesterday, make your own Sunday. Well, it's pretty much just an ice cream.
very good. And Mom got the tiramisu.
What is fish head stew?
That's what they feed the dog.
We just finished a really good dinner at the Juneau dining room. It was Italian night and it was so good. I'm finding with this cruise and this menu, I never have to rely on one of those secondary menu items that's always available just in case you need something if you don't like anything on the main course list. But I've found great main courses every day, so I've been really impressed. Ariel spent some time in the lodge this morning, and they did do some Alaska activities. She made a bracelet, right? Or a necklace?
A necklace, and my new friend got me a keychain, made me a keychain out of beads.
So she was able to find a little friend. I haven't noticed a lot of kids her age. They seem to be a little bit younger or a lot younger or a little bit older, but she was able to have a nice time in the lodge this morning and meet a friend. So we're waiting for the Iditarod winter presentation in the Princess Theater. I'm looking forward to this presentation and learning about the sled dogs and the Iditarod.
And you can see it's pretty harsh even in May. Try to imagine northern Alaska in the middle of January. I mean, I have been through some of this country myself in the open out on my dog sled, and I'll tell you what, it blows my mind.
This presentation was hands down the best part of our Juneau day. Libby Riddles was an amazing speaker and such an inspiration. Her presentation was my favorite of all the entertainment on the cruise. Thank you so much for watching.
just another day in the Yukon. I have a little sled dog puppy. Can you believe this? It's snowing in the Yukon. Good morning from Skagway. It's May 29th. It looks like another chilly and windy and rainy day, but the view looks beautiful already. The greenery I just can't get over in Alaska. That's why one of the reasons why I love Alaska so much, and it's such an appeal because it's so different from Arizona. We don't have green in Arizona. Well, at least where I live in central Arizona. It looks like people are already getting off the ship. There's a little shuttle to take us to the end of the pier. Today, we're going to head down to breakfast in a little bit, get off the ship and meet our tour at about 9:30 to drive into the Yukon to the sled dog camp. We missed this stop on our cruise last year. It was canceled the week of the cruise just because of the landslide activity here, apparently from a couple years ago, that disrupted the dock. Excited to see Skagway this morning. My hearty breakfast for a gorgeous day in Skagway. Got
Some bread and a bagel.
here's round 2 in the World Fresh Marketplace. We're in the Yukon territory in Canada, and I actually need sunglasses. I can't believe it. And it's sunny, and the sky is blue. It's so beautiful up here.
There's 4 in
Oh,
total.
my
And then in
goodness.
here we have 8 and they're a month old. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, look at you. You're beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
I have a little sled dog puppy. Can you believe this? I get to hold a little sled dog puppy. Yeah!
Holding baby husky.
These puppies are 4 weeks old, and we're helping them get socialized, I think. So they just allow us to hold them. It's so much fun. Hi. Oh. Hi, sweetie. This camp is owned and run by veteran Iditarod Musher Michelle Phillips, and she is a multiple-time participant in the Iditarod and other races. She's never gotten first place, but she got 4th place at the 2025 race. Michelle is actually there on site. We didn't get to meet her, but one of the other mushers talk about all these things that they have to do on the race.
We have a cooker, which consists of a metal bucket and an aluminum pot. You're going to fill that up with snow, fill that up with methyl hydrate, take a little handful of straw, an old dog booty, whatever it is, put it in there, light it on fire, put that back in, go massage, go work on your dogs, get them set up, get them bedded down. You come back 25 minutes later, you got boiling hot water, big bucket of it. You take your Gatorade, you take your human food, you drop it in there, have it thaw quick, then you dump that into here. But yeah, so then we'll make a big bucket of food. And that whole bucket will feed your 16 dog team. If it's super cold and we're on a hard, long run, we're gonna be feeding out straight beef fat.
Hi guys, just hanging out, just waiting for our turn to run, right guys? Yeah. Just here in the Yukon at the dog camp. They're all gentle, like you can tell. I mean, they're just trained to interact well with people. Hi guys. I think I've my serotonin boost for the week here. These pups. One of our stops along the way back through the Yukon was called Desolation Valley, and it was given that name by the mushers because it's such a difficult area to get through because of the terrain and also the danger of avalanches. It's snowing in the Yukon. It's snowing. It's almost the end of May. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Look at that. Wow. We're back in the Juneau dining room after our day out in Skagway. Now we're going to have our dinner. We missed lunch because we were at the puppy camp, so we're pretty hungry and ready for our dinner in the main dining room. I wanted to recap our day in Skagway because it was the most amazing day of this cruise so far. And the adventure we had today was the best of any shore excursion I've ever taken from a cruise. We took the Yukon Husky Puppy Playtime and Summit Tour. This is a tour my mom found on Viator. And it is different because it goes to a completely separate dog camp from the one that the cruise line goes to, and also the one that the shore excursions group goes to. And by the description of the tour and what we got to experience today, I think this is by far better than the descriptions that I read of those tours. Just being surrounded by the beautiful nature of the Yukon and getting to interact with these dogs was just something that I think we'll remember for a long time because it's like nothing else we've ever done. And by the way, I am filming inside because it is so windy. We just left Skagway within the last hour and a half, and the captain actually came on and interrupted our dinner to say that there would be winds of 60 to 70 miles per hour and to please he said be careful on the open decks, but I don't even want to open this door. My mom has taken the White Pass rail train. I have not, and I remember we were kind of wavering between that and this tour of what to do in Skagway, and she took the train in a previous cruise and said that what we saw today as far as the landscapes and the nature was so much more than what she had seen on the train before. So Skagway Tours and Trey, the tour guide, were amazing. This tour was not exorbitantly priced either compared to what you see from the cruise line website. I'll put the name of the tour in the description. So we came back to the town of Skagway. We got dropped off. We just went into one little store there where there were t-shirts and souvenirs and a lot of really nice stuff. So I ended up getting Ariel another t-shirt and then some t-shirts for the family back home. We went across the street to the visitor center, and it is the old train depot. There's lots of historic photos and facts all over that building. But a really cool thing that kids can do, which I learned watching YouTube, watching Mom Dog Travels on her channel, is that kids can get a Junior Ranger certificate, which let me show you this. We still have to fill out her name, and a Junior Ranger badge if you go to the front desk of the visitor center. And the park rangers there will give the kids a little packet, and they have all these activities in here. Then they can choose which ones they want to fill out or complete. but each activity gets a certain amount of points, or they're called gold nuggets because Skagway was a gold rush town. So if they complete that number of nuggets, then they get the certificate and the badge and become an honorary junior ranger. So I thought that was pretty amazing for a free activity. And Ariel really did enjoy it too. Good morning on our sea day. It's May 30th, and I woke up a little bit confused because I was even rocking when I was in my bed, and I thought we were going to stay in the inside passage, but I got up and the waves are rocking the ship. We are listing, and I can hear the wind through the door. That was something last year, that once we left our last port, we went out into the open ocean and we didn't have the beautiful views anymore, and that's something I really wanted on this cruise. So I'm hoping we're gonna find a little patch of smoother water soon. The rockiness, I mean, I'm not getting seasick. I feel bad for people that maybe this is their first cruise experience, but the ship is definitely listing back and forth. We're gonna head to the buffet for breakfast, and my mom and I both have hair appointments today, and Ariel's gonna go to the kids club in the morning. So we'll show you how the day goes. Breakfast is my favorite meal in general, but on a cruise ship especially.
I kind of ate my donut. It was vanilla with rainbow sprinkles. And I got 2 types of cereals, waffles, and some syrup, and my usual banana bread.
Yeah, so we're ready. That is 10 points!
I'm a fragrance specialist. Sonia, right behind me. I'm a beauty specialist. And right over there in the corner, we have Precious, the other beauty specialist. So, if you need one-on-one consultations, they are here to help.
So I just did the sea day sale and found a little charm bracelet for my medical assistant. I am just walking around the ship this morning. My mom and Ariel are finishing watching a movie about whales in the room. So we're deciding whether to do the arts and crafts coming up. I think we missed the Meet the Captain presentation in the theater while we were getting our hair done. But this is lunch in the buffet, a hodgepodge of lots of comfort food here. Fish and chips, the quesadillas here are really good. A big juicy burger, some chicken nuggets, and my chocolate chip cookie. Blueberry tart. We went to arts and crafts in the Skagway dining room, which ended up being a bust. It was origami, which we can't figure out. I find it really frustrating, but we tried. We got to see the Skagway dining room because it is only open for the Available for reserve guest, which is a suite and kind of like a VIP experience. So we had lunch in the buffet. We got pictures with the moose, McKinley the Moose, and I mentioned earlier I got something for my assistant, so it's a little charm bracelet, a little princess charm bracelet, which is pretty cute. So right now we're just relaxing. It is so cold outside. Ariel went to get her ice cream, and the chilled air gusts of wind actually coming in through the door just, practically knock you over. So we can't go out on our balcony right now, so we're just hanging out inside. We're gonna try to go to the captain's cocktail, I think, for like loyalty guests, since we're elite and platinum. So we're planning that this evening, and then there is a show this evening, which we've seen before, but it was really good. It's rock opera. She has a non-alcoholic drink. This is the Baked Alaska again. Mom got the Baked Alaska too, and
The usual, I bet you know it.
ice cream with sprinkles. We are turning in for the night. We are losing an hour tonight, so we're getting to bed early, but actually we get to bed early every night on this cruise. So we went to the Captain's Circle Loyalty Cocktail Party, which was nice. We had never done that before. We got to shake hands with the captain, and Ariel and I got a picture with the captain and a couple of the officers, and we had some free drinks and got some appetizers and listened to live music. And then we went to dinner. It was a nice dinner. It was lobster night with the Baked Alaska in the Juneau dining room. And then we went to see the production show Rock Opera, which was good. We had seen it on our previous cruise back in September, and I think that cast was actually better. I hope the weather is going to be better tomorrow. It never got better today. It continued to be rocky and windy and cold, and we weren't able to go out on the balcony at all. And the view has been just gray and looks stormy, and it's been raining at times. So I really hope as we get closer to Victoria, the weather's going to get better so we can at least enjoy the views and be able to be outside. So we are going to sign off for tonight. We'll see you in the morning.
Hi, I'm Kristen. Hang out with me on the last day of our Alaska cruise and find out, is it really worth it to get off the ship in Victoria when you only have about 3 hours?
Good morning on our last sea day. It is May 31st. It's about 8 a.m. We're getting ready to go to breakfast in the buffet.
there's a lot of things going on around the ship today, so we definitely want to check out the free charm because Ariel got a charm bracelet yesterday, and so there's a free moose charm today, so we want to check that out. World Fresh Marketplace and Horizon Bistro breakfast. That's the buffet. I'm doing a chocolate chip mukbang. I'm going all out on our last full day. So today there's a crepe station. We found a window seat this morning. Surprisingly, even though we're up here a little bit later, it's not quite as busy yet, which is really nice.
I feel like this is kind of like a little competition. We do need to go a little bit step forward.
We're gonna make it in motion.
Okay.
So we're gonna whisk the egg yolks a little bit.
And we have good weather, finally. It is beautiful now out here. I mean, look at these ocean views, and there is sun coming up. And it's not too windy, so it feels really nice out here. I want to spend some time on the balcony. We did do that cooking show, which is more like a comedy, really, where they have the head chef and then the head of restaurant operations kind of dueling each other. And then there's supposed to be a galley tour afterwards. We were supposed to go from the show to the Piazza where there's like a parade of the servers and then do the galley tour. The theater was packed for the show, so I don't know how they moved that many people through the galley. Right now, I just wanted to be out here on the balcony for a couple minutes and take advantage of this because I know I still have to pack later and I'm going to have to allot some of my day to get my luggage out by the time we leave for Victoria to go ashore. So I just wanted to enjoy being outside because as I've mentioned many times already, we have been stuck inside quite a bit this cruise and haven't been able to enjoy the balcony. Last lunch in Horizon Court and World Fresh Marketplace. This is round one. I did get some salmon at the seafood buffet. So they have the big cakes that they're cutting in the bakery aisle. And so I'm not sure what the occasion is for the green, but that's what's going on. So it's a beautiful day outside. We got a table somewhat close to the window. It's packing time in our room. If you can see behind me, everything is thrown on the bed. So this is always a sad day of the cruise. And went up to the shops. The free charm of the day did not turn out to be free. You did have to have bought the other charms on the bracelet that were available to get the free one. So we had already bought one, so we bought the two others for $5 each and then got the free moose, which the moose was pretty cute. That's cute. We're about to dock in Victoria. We are supposed to be able to get off at about 7 o'clock. It is gorgeous out here. The views, the breeze, the weather. We had our last dinner in the Juneau dining room, which was sad. I am really sad for this cruise to be ending. It's been amazing. Our service in the dining room was top notch. I'm so happy with it. I'm so glad that we came to Alaska again, and I really wanted to experience Alaska on this We weren't able to get off the ship at 7 as planned, so the entire ship congregated in the Piazza waiting. And here we go on our customized pedal cap tour that we started with a beautiful drive along the water. And then we continued our drive through the James Bay neighborhood with these adorable houses. I thought this one was for sale, but no, that's not a for sale sign.
It's basically like an adult Lego set. Yeah. You get the instructions and all the pieces, so that's why these two houses are identical. They were the same model, the two-story model.
This is one of my favorite sites in Victoria, the tallest totem in North America. And today, there was actually a live bald eagle perched on the top, which made it so much better. Now on to downtown, where you find shopping, restaurants, and some sweet treats. I usually love this stop in Victoria, but tonight it was the most crowded I've ever seen it. You can't tell in this video yet, but I'll explain later. The best part about stopping at night in Victoria is seeing the city so beautifully lit up. I think it's definitely worth it to get off the ship in Victoria on your Alaska cruise. If you would like to try the pedal caps in Victoria like I did, you can find their sales stand right here when you get off the ship.
We're back from Victoria. It's a little after 10. We're exhausted and it was cold out there. Back in our hallway. Gonna go back to our room. We had a nice pedal cab excursion. Really nice tour guide named Matt who showed us all around Victoria and drove through the park and drove through the beautiful little neighborhoods and then ended up in the shopping district, which was so crowded.
And then we lost a family member.
We lost Mom in the crowd because
your mom, my
grandma. Because I mean, there must have been thousands of people down there with 3 cruise ships in port, and now they're busing people and parking those huge tour buses down in those little side streets where they have shopping and little restaurants. So you couldn't even walk to the stores. I mean, you couldn't even shop. There were so many people everywhere. So we are glad to be back and going to bed because tomorrow we got to get up early to get off the ship in Seattle.
I'm going to bring you along on my Seattle tour to see the city highlights and try the local eats before we flew home from our cruise.
In Seattle, it's June 1st. We are just doing final check of the room, make sure we haven't left anything in the closet. They're washing the side of the ship, so I can't come out on the balcony because I don't want to get soaked. We're about to go have breakfast, hopefully in the Ketchikan dining room, so we can sit down and avoid having to take the elevators up to 16 and back, because I know that's going to be a complete mess with people carrying luggage today. So, very sad that we're leaving. Looks like a beautiful day though. We're going to meet our tour downstairs when we get off the ship. in the Ketchikan dining room having breakfast, so we made it down here without too much trouble. We left our room at about 6:40, and we went aft and got an elevator pretty quickly to come down to the Ketchikan dining room. So to get off the ship, we just have to go up and to midship. It's 8:01, we're off the ship. We made it off the ship in record time, so we didn't have to pick up our luggage. That was amazing. We did the port valet where we left our luggage outside our door at 8 p.m. last night, and our luggage is being transferred to the airport and then onto our plane, so we're not gonna see our luggage again until Phoenix. So it's so nice to not have to wait for your luggage in the terminal and then drag it to your bus and then drag it to the airport. We had our last meal on the ship, so now back to reality, paying for food in the airport. Here we go.
Oh, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matthew, and it's a pleasure to welcome you aboard this Show Me Seattle tour.
From Seattle. We're standing in front of the apartment complex that was used on Fraser for Fraser Crane's apartment, and we're standing with this beautiful city skyline where you can see the Space Needle. Couldn't be a better day for weather. We've been waiting for this. I love these homes in the Queen Anne neighborhood, but apparently you have to be a millionaire to live here.
Or the Husky Stadium is a part of the University of Washington. All those towers in the corner, that's also a part of the UW. The next body of water is Lake Washington. And the next area after that is Kirkland. If anybody's familiar with Costco, Kirkland brand products, yes, Costco's headquarters is located over there.
This is the Chittendon Locks. The locks connect Puget Sound with Lake Washington and Lake Union and allow boats to travel between the lakes and the ocean. The salmon ladder helps the spawning salmon get to the fresh water. We were too early again to see the salmon, but this area allows you to see the fish during peak season. It's time to walk back to the bus. So we're going to have lunch in a little bit at the public market, so we're excited to go back there. At the public market for lunch. I'm having a clam chowder bread bowl, and Ariel's waiting for her pancake. I think my mom's getting seafood, but we're sitting here in a table with a view of the water and the little Ferris wheel over there. After lunch, it was time to head to the airport. The best part of this tour was that it picked us up from the ship, which a lot of tours do not, and dropped us at the airport. This tour was also more reasonably priced than comparable tours. I've included the name of the tour in the description. We had a fun day with gorgeous weather in Seattle, and taking a city tour was much better use of our time than sitting at the airport. I'm Kristen. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you at sea.